In the heart of the lush and lively whispering woods where the trees danced with the wind and the sun-painted patterns on the forest floor, lived a little fox named Felix. Felix was known for his bright, bushy tail and his curious mind. He loved to explore and learn about everything around him. One sunny morning, as the birds chirped their cheerful songs, Felix felt a flutter of excitement in his tummy. Today was a special day. It was his very first forest school test. Felix's best friends, the gentle rabbit Rosie and the wise owl Ollie, joined him as they trotted towards the great oak, where their teacher, Mrs. Hedgehog, held class. The forest was buzzing with anticipation, the critters chattering about the test. Felix felt a mix of nervousness and excitement. He had studied the shapes of leaves, the songs of birds, and the patterns of stars, but he couldn't help but wonder what surprises the test might hold. As they arrived under the great oak, Mrs. Hedgehog greeted them with a warm smile. "Good morning, my dear students," she said in her soft, soothing voice. "Today you'll be taking a very special test. It's not just about what you know, but also about how you use your heart and mind." Felix's ears perked up with curiosity. What kind of test could that be? Mrs. Hedgehog explained that they would each receive a challenge that would test not only their knowledge, but their kindness, bravery, and creativity. Rosie was the first to go. Her challenge was to help a little squirrel find its lost acorn. "Remember," Mrs. Hedgehog said, "sometimes the best solutions come from thinking outside the burrow." Rosie twitched her nose thoughtfully and soon began to dig around the base of the oak tree, uncovering a hidden stash of acorns. The little squirrel squealed with joy and hugged Rosie with gratitude. Next was Ollie's turn. His challenge involved guiding a family of ducklings across a stream. "Use what you know about the forest to keep them safe," Mrs. Hedgehog advised. Ollie hooted softly and led the ducklings to a shallow part of the stream, where stepping stones made the perfect bridge. The ducklings waddled across, cheeping happily, and Ollie felt a warm glow of accomplishment. Finally, it was Felix's turn. His challenge was to find a special plant known for its healing properties, the Silverleaf Herb. The herb was said to shine like the moonlight and could soothe any ailment. Felix's heart raced. He remembered reading about this plant but had never seen it himself. With a determined swish of his tail, Felix set off into the deeper parts of the forest. The trees whispered secrets to him as he walked, and the sunlight played hide-and-seek through the leaves. Felix kept his eyes peeled for anything that shimmered like moonlight, but he also remembered Mrs. Hedgehog's words about using his heart. As he wandered, Felix came across a family of mice who were in distress. Their tiny home had been washed away by the recent rain, and they were trying to salvage what they could. Felix knew he had a mission, but he couldn't ignore the mice's plight. "Let me help you," he offered, and together they gathered twigs and leaves to rebuild the mice's nest. The mice thanked him profusely, and as Felix turned to leave, he noticed a soft glow nearby. Curiosity pulled him closer, and there, peeking through the underbrush, was the elusive Silverleaf Herb. Its leaves shimmered just like the story said, and its delicate flowers nodded, as if saying hello. Felix carefully picked a few leaves, knowing he had found what he was looking for. As he retraced his steps back to the great oak, he felt a sense of pride. He had not only completed his challenge, but had also helped those in need along the way. Back at the great oak, Mrs. Hedgehog greeted him with a knowing smile. "Well done, Felix," she said. "You have shown bravery, kindness, and a clever mind. You have passed the test with flying colors." Felix beamed with joy as Rosie and Ollie congratulated him. The forest seemed to hum with happiness, and the sun shone a little brighter. Felix realized that the test was more than just proving what he knew. It was about being the best version of himself and helping others along the way. As the day came to a close, Felix lay on the soft moss beneath the great oak, his heart full and his mind at ease. He knew that learning never truly ended, and that every day in the forest was another chance to grow and discover. With his friends by his side and the forest as his classroom, Felix couldn't wait for the adventures that awaited tomorrow.